Hi everybody, I'm Tara
And Kate
from Pare Down.
and it's the new year. It's almost approaching the second month of the new year, so we thought we should get on getting our first vlog out. We've had a lot of emails and inquiries about how to get started. A lot of people feel very daunted about the process of transitioning to zero waste. A lot of family households with 2 working parents just feel that it's not achievable for them. And I guess the first thing we want to say is going 100% zero waste, that's our thing. And it would be great if it was your thing, but it doesn't have to be. Just starting on a path to reducing your overall carbon footprint is huge.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
So I guess that's what we want to be our biggest message, is that you don't have to do everything exactly the way that we're doing it. One thing though that we do think is important is that you have a reason that resonates with you as to why you want to reduce your carbon footprint and reduce your overall waste, or you're not going to be successful. It's like anything in life. You have to believe in what you're doing. And then another thing that we have found super helpful is, having a goal. So our goal was to be at zero waste within a year of starting the process. And then that's a big goal over a long period of time. So being able to measure your success as you go along is huge. So we were able to actually visually see our garbage shrinking, and it became a bit of a competition between the 2 families.
It still is a competition.
It still is, yes. Whose jar is fuller? Mine is. But I think she cheats.
Mine's smaller.
She doesn't cheat. Anyways, but we were both families that put out 2 big black garbage bags bi-weekly. So getting it down to 1 bag, or then getting it down to half a bag, to a kitchen catcher, to a grocery size bag, that's huge. And that's very, very motivating. So have a way of measuring your success for whatever your goal is. So today we're going to outline what our philosophy is, our mottos, and then we're going to give you some tips on how to get started. These are our rules that we follow. Define what zero waste is going to mean for you and just get started. You'll be surprised that how open you become and how much your awareness increases after just starting. It could be something as simple as vowing to never take a paper to go coffee cup again. You could be strict with yourself and say, if I didn't bring my travel mug and if I don't have time to stay and sit in the coffee shop, no coffee. And you get strict with yourself, and you then very quickly you'll stop forgetting to bring your travel mug, and you'll also start to see paper coffee mugs everywhere. And then that might trickle into water bottles, and it might trickle into other areas of your life, and it will happen very quickly. So just pick a starting point and go. So our philosophy is to use up everything you have first before you buy anything new. Otherwise, it's not really zero waste. And then when you get to the point of needing to replace an item, evaluate that item in terms of your life. Is it necessary to your life? And if it is, see if you can make it yourself. Things like body lotions, sunscreens,
Cleaners,
toothpaste,
deodorant.
Lots of things you can make yourself. Handkerchiefs, we make ourselves. Bulk bags, we're even attempting to make ourselves. They'll be ready in 2018. And if you can't make it yourself, see if you can source a more sustainable alternative than the item that you already have. Our mottos.
Our motto is saying no to single-use plastics and excess packaging. So we don't buy anything in packaging anymore. We shop a lot of bulk for a lot of bulk items. So we use our cloth bags and we shop bulk, and we're not buying any of those yummy treats in the packages anymore. So
we just buy yummy treats in bulk.
We just buy yummy treats in bulk, and there are a lot.
We thought we'd get skinny on zero waste.
No.
Nope.
So once you get out there and see what's actually out there, there's a lot. There's so much available in bulk. So we also follow a version of the 5 R's, and they are refuse everything that you do not need. Reduce everything that you do not need.
Reduce everything you do need.
Reduce everything that you do need, not that you do not need.
Oh, I just snorted.
Reuse everything that you can. Recycle anything that you cannot refuse, reduce, or reuse, and rot or compost the rest. So those are the things that we follow to keep us on track.
Yeah. So whenever we're out, shopping or just out and about in our life, those are the things we keep in mind. We don't buy single, it makes your decision process really easy.
Yeah.
We don't use single-use plastics, we don't do this, we don't do that. Just keep the 5 R's, keep your motto or your philosophy in mind, and be mindful and conscious when you're out shopping, because oftentimes we're just on autopilot, and
Yeah,
you'll be
when you're out doing
amazed at
it,
how quickly and how easy it is to make some small changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to give you a few tips to help you get started. So these are things that we follow in our life. One of them is to put grocery totes in your backpack, or if you don't drive, or into your car. So you always have them there and available when you're out shopping. You can grab your grocery tote and go shopping.
You can take it one step further and use produce bags or bulk bags, like reusable ones, or just don't use them at all. Tara doesn't.
No,
The cashiers hate her.
they do.
But we've always thought that was funny that, and we were these people, so don't think that we're judging you because we were these people.
Everything went into the plastic bags.
And then into our reusable totes,
Yeah.
which kind of doesn't really makes much sense.
No.
But it's a step.
Yeah.
Right? Baby steps. So
Next one is bringing your own containers. So this applies to a couple areas in your life. Bringing your own to-go coffee mug, your own water bottle, your own to-go container if you want to pick up some food on the way home and you don't want to take home a disposable package.
or if you eat out and you don't finish.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah.
Also, shopping for cheese and meat. So there are a few local cheese places and butchers, and even some local big grocery chains that will take our own containers when we pick up meat, cheese, and dairy. So
It can be a little daunting to approach, especially in the more corporate businesses, because it's really hit or miss still at
Yeah.
this point. They don't adapt to our lifestyle. It really depends on who's on the other side of the counter. So yeah, it took us a little bit of like working up to
Did
do.
you put that in my container?
Yeah. But really all they could do is say no. And if they say no, fine. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, if do it with a friend if you're chicken like we were. But as soon as you get a few yeses, you're gonna feel like so empowered, and you're not gonna care, and you're just gonna try everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
The next one is making your own household cleaner. So as soon as we'd used up all of our cleaners that were donated, extra cleaners in our homes, we started making our own. So we make ours out of vinegar and baking soda. Those are the two cleaners that we use in our home. We used to marinate it in lemon and lime peels to get rid of the vinegar smell, but we don't do that anymore.
That's just an extra step.
Yeah. So we use vinegar and water, and it works really well. The next one is excess paper coming into your home. So to cut down on the newspapers and the junk mail, make sure that you're contacting those bill companies and letting them know that you'd like to transition to online statements, and putting a note on your mailbox to say no junk mail and no newspapers.
What is next? We're
scrolling
down. Create a to-go kit. I think we've sort of already touched on this. I often have a small little container in my purse that's got cloth napkins, bamboo straws. It'll have like a bamboo spork or cutlery, just because you never know where you want to be, where you're going to be out. I always usually have like a mason jar with a kapow lid, which converts it into a drinking. It can be coffee or water.
Yeah.
Because you want to be able to be spontaneous. You don't want this lifestyle to pin you in. And you can even keep your containers for meat and cheese in your grocery bags, your bulk bags. Just keep a few of those things in the car so you're not restricted.
That's right. So the next one is to source out the other recycling alternatives that you have in your city. So other than the blue box plastic pickups that we have that comes to our door, there's also soft plastic recycling. There's also Ellis Recycling that will recycle your electronics,
batteries, paint, scrap metal.
Yeah.
most communities have a site like this or a place that recycles all this excess, and it's because it's a moneymaker. It requires a little more effort on our part, but if you're committed to zero waste, the effort feels pretty small, and you can just collect all the little bits and pieces of stuff and do it once a year, do it every 6 months. It's really not a big deal.
That's right. So those things that would normally go to the landfill, they actually can be recycled. So that's just preventing one extra thing to end up there.
Yeah.
So, next thing is swapping out disposables in your home. So one area is the kitchen. It's the place in your house that is going to create the most waste. So swapping out cloth napkins for paper napkins, getting rid of tin foil and saran
Swapping
wrap.
out paper napkins for cloth napkins.
What did I say?
Swapping out paper napkins for cloth. No, you said the opposite.
Okay, so no paper, yes to cloth. Okay, that's what I mean. Getting rid of tin foil and saran wrap and replacing that with a beeswax wrap, or just using containers or using a cloth. Another area that you could look at is your bathroom and swapping out a lot of disposable things in your bathroom. So replacing your plastic toothbrushes with bamboo toothbrushes, replacing your toothpaste with homemade toothpaste. We have a great recipe on our website. Making your own deodorant, making your own sunscreen, checking out your refillable
shampoos. We'll see if you've got a refill like soap store in your community.
We have the soap exchange here, so you can refill anything that you can't make in your home.
Yep. And if you're of the female gender, you can stop using tampons and pads, which are icky and gross feeling anyways, and use the menstrual cup. It is my single... I can't say enough about the menstrual cup. I love the menstrual cup. I give it as gifts.
She does.
If we become friends, you may get one. So, yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it. We'll give you those to get you started. We will come at you with more another time, maybe.
Yeah. So hopefully that has given you some ideas of the philosophy that you could implement for yourself, some rules that you can, modify to your lifestyle, and some tips for where to get started.
Yeah.
So if you like what you saw, subscribe to us below so you won't miss future videos, and check us out at pareddownhome.com, 1D, or check us out on Facebook. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for stopping by.
See you later.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
You got a little something right here.
I'm just kidding.